4 mini lessons designed to help with the math relating to our travel brochure project. As I go through these will not be the only time you'll receive instruction on these topics, but these videos are designed to help with the math relating to these different concepts and their application within the project. Okay, so again, as it states right at the top, it's a guide to help you through the math for our project, but we'll cover each project in class, and we'll spend sufficient time in class in each one as we would with any other. And also, anytime you need help on any of these projects, and the math relating to them, obviously I'm available anytime, extra help, or during class project work time. Okay? So as I begin, we're talking about percent of a number, and in the project, it is to find the percent of the population that practices particular religions. In other words, we're trying to find out how many people practice the two most popular religions. So part of the project is you are to find the population of the country, and then the two most popular religions, what percent of the country practices these two religions. So in my example, I have 32% of a country's population practices Taoism, and if there are 50 people in that country, how many people practice Taoism? So in other words, what is 32% of 50 people? Remember, the word of means to multiply, and we do not multiply percents. So therefore, we're going to restate our percent as a fraction, or we restate it as a decimal. And the word of means to multiply, and then times 50. It is a matter of personal preference. Would you rather multiply 8/25 times 50 over 1? Would you rather multiply 0.32 times 50? Okay. So we'll go back to the multiplication of fractions, 8/25, which is the simplified fraction of 32 hundredths. So we can cross cancel. 25 goes into 25 once, 25 goes into 50 two times, and I'm left with 8 times 2, which is 16 people. So if 32% of the population practices Taoism, then and the population is 50 people, that means 16 people practice Taoism. Okay, if you did it as a decimal, again, 32% is 0.32. Move our decimal point 2 places to the left. 0.32 times 50, and 0 times everything is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. And then we count up the number of digits to the right of the decimal places, 1, 2. So we come back, so we have 2 decimal places to the right. So again, we have 16.00, or 16 people. So as long as the math is done correctly, it really doesn't matter if you use fractions or decimals. It's just that, to summarize, to find percent of a number, you're going to change the percent to a fraction or a decimal and multiply by that number. And notice we're finding 32% of 50 people. So our value, our 32% of 50 people, is given in number of people. It is not given as a percent. Okay, so that is finding percent of a number.